Hi everyone, it's Kenny McIntosh here from WhatCulture.com, and I'm joined by royalty in wrestling. I'm joined by my favourite Englishman and the NXT General Manager, William Regal. Hello, sir.
Hello. It's a hell of a build-up you gave me there.
You're gonna live up to it.
I hope
no
so. I hope so.
So
I've let a lot of people down over the years.
Well, you've also made a lot of people. You've helped them, moulded them.
Oh.
And now you're here.
You say the nicest things, do you?
I do, just to get what I want. So we're here, we met in Blackpool.
Yes.
And we had a conversation there, and ever since, it's like NXT, even in that small period of time, from December till now, has even gotten bigger again. You know, we're Takeover Dallas, Nakamura. Do you wonder how far this is going to go? Because it just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
I try not to think about it, because it's just, and it really is, it's like mind-blowing to me that I keep like, how's this happening? And I know how it happens, and I'm still blown away. And I'm like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how good the talent is or how good the production is. None of us take for granted. We know that the only reason we're doing what we're doing is because the fans have decided to take us into their hearts, right? And that may sound, it's not. We understand that, because it's not. You hear that thing, well, oh, they just got they got that. I hate the term indie, because it's just wrestling, right? Wrestling's wrestling here, but they've got the indie crowd. Well, we've got far more than that, because I go to a lot of indie shows, or I watch a lot, and there's not 12,000 people in there like there is in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the same thing when we went to England, right? You know, like to put that many people. There's a lot of people watching this, and we're just glad they're watching it, but don't take it for granted. I haven't got time to sit about thinking, well, let's just keep making it work. Every day's got to be better than the next.
And one of the things we talked about in Blackpool, we mentioned it briefly, was Daniel Bryan.
Yes.
And at the time, we didn't know 100% whether he was going to be able to come back or not. And he had that really emotional retirement thing on Raw, which I think a lot of people are calling one of the best pieces of wrestling television, because it was so genuine, so heartfelt, so emotional. How do you feel about it? Because you're very close to him. How do you feel kind of now, and your hopes for the future for him? Do you feel like he could stay involved in WWE in another capacity? Would he like to do that? If
he wants to be, of course he could. I mean, you're at open arms to have him doing anything he wants to do here. But whatever he wants, I just want him to be happy. You know, he's got. He texted me 2 days before that he retired, and said, "Look, I'm going to retire," and just he had a few things he said, and I said. Straight away, I just sent him a text back and said, look, you've had an unmatched career for the last 16 years. A completely unmatched career, most of it on film.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people, you know, people from my day and age, most of it, nobody saw any of it, right? Most of it that people can look at. You changed the world, which you truly changed the world, and changed the perception of a lot of things. And, you know, you get to go out, probably not on the terms you want, but still when everybody wants to see you. A lot of people don't, right? And it gets a bit where people turn on them or whatever else. I said, so always remember that, right? And I just wish the best for him. I can't, you know, and anything. I'll always be somewhere there for him, I would imagine, as long as I'm alive. So.
Yeah, we wish him all the best.
Oh.
I want to ask you something about just generally. So obviously Roman Reigns is one of the top stars in WWE right now, going for the championship against Triple H.
Yep.
But there are sometimes the crowd aren't as much in his favour as other times. And I just wonder, when you've got guys and girls in NXT coming up, is there a sort of preparation that needs to happen for them to realise, you know, if you go out there, you might not get the reaction you're going to think you're going to get, and they have to really adapt to that, because we've seen examples in the past of some people who maybe have just kind of fallen when it's not gone the way they thought.
Oh, listen, I tell everybody, right, they ask me for advice, and I'll say, look, whatever you're given, just make it work. And that, it's pretty sounds simple, but you go out there, and if people don't like you, well, just stay the course, do what you're going to do, and don't let it eat you up. Because people are going to react however they want to react. You can dictate people's emotions once you get into the actual match time, or just in the way you project yourself. But if they're just going to decide to not like you, you've got to deal with that, and you've got to figure out a way of just getting through it and making it work. It's like John Cena's the perfect example and the best example of anybody to do that. He thrives on that. So if you don't lead by, that's leading by example. If you don't watch him and just go, well, he's thriving on it, I should. And Roman seems to be doing a hell of a job of it, right? He's had a lot thrown on him in a short, more so than anybody I can ever remember in a short period of time. But don't forget, 4 years ago he was just, in FCW. And he's gone from that to this in such a short period of time. And he's still the same fella. You talk to him, he's still a cool, nice fella when you talk to him. He goes out there and he does his absolute best. People are just, and you couldn't ask for any more than what he's got. He looks incredible. He's great in the ring. Anybody says he's not, he's just not watching what he does. Everything he does looks spot on. So he's just going to have to work hard. And I think because he is so good and he looks, that's a lot of it. People expect more from him than they would somebody else. So he'll overcome it all because he's got that ability. He's just got that. He's level-headed and he's just, okay, well, this is what it is. Is it going to get to you a bit? I would imagine it is. It's no good asking me. I've never been in that position. Yeah. I've never been in. I can't. You get all these people saying what it's like. How many actual main event people has there been over the years? There's only been one main event on the show. So you can ask Steve Austin that, you can ask John Cena that, or Triple H, or Shawn Michaels. No good asking me. I've never felt that kind of emotion from people, or I know how to make my bit work and go out there and make them hate me or laugh at me or like me or whatever. And I figured that out. But to tell anybody else that, watch what they're doing with it. And if it's working, that's maybe a good template for you to try and figure that out. But if it's not working, there's something else you can learn from, right?
Yeah, good advice. And just to kind of close off and let you go, tonight, NXT Takeover Dallas, there's a lot of big matches on this show. Ooh. And I'm not going to be the guy that goes, what's your favourite, what are you looking forward to the most? Because, they're all going to be great matches.
All of it.
Do you think this takeover could be the strongest takeover special so far? Because there's an atmosphere going into it. It's
I'm
sold out.
I'm going to say something now, and I don't usually make these kind of. I'm hoping it pays off. I've got a feeling tonight is going to be something that some people are going to. This is going to be remembered forever in wrestling history. I think the reactions to certain people tonight, because of me talking to a few fans about when it comes to Nakamura, I've got that Beatle quality from him. I've seen people nearly fainting talking to me about him this week. I can't wait to get. And I've never seen that with anybody. That's how excited people are. I would love to see 10 people faint if he walks out tonight. They're that excited. So I'm expecting a gush of emotion from the audience like we've never seen before. If it doesn't, you'll still get but we'll see tomorrow. I think tomorrow people are going to be. This is going to set a standard that we're all going to have to live up to for forever going onwards, which is good because that keeps you on your game, right?
Well, I want to thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us. William Regal, the NXT General Manager, and we'll look forward to seeing you again soon. Maybe we'll see you this June at the Download Festival when NXT comes to the UK.
You may not.
We'll leave it there.
And I can't say that, but I'm maybe having to go somewhere else for some important stuff.
The hustle and bustle of William Regal.
Yes.
Okay, stay tuned.